Well, welcome back. Back to the Jarrah cups. Now, I've taken a little bit of time, and as you can probably see just over there in the background, that one there is the one that we were making, and the base is all done on it. I've taken it down and I've shown it to the person, and they're quite happy to go ahead with the other ones. So you can see there, I've managed to knock up another one, another two, so they're all looking pretty similar. So I've got the fourth one to do, and that's what's sitting here, down here on the lathe, down there. So I'll get this thing to work. In the last one I sent through the Forstner bit to go through and do the hollowing. This last couple I've done straight with the chisel, the old school way, and I thought I'd show a few steps on doing that along the way on this one. So what I need to do first, because I want to use this end of the wood for the actual cup, but gripping onto it like this is just a flat piece without a tenon on the end is not really safe, and it can jump out. So I was going to cut a tenon on the end here, which is just basically a angle for the chuck to be able to grab onto. So I'll just start it up. I'll do it with a skew. I'll leave the camera where it is because it's not exactly exciting, this part here. It's just a matter of putting a flat bum on it. As I said in the other videos, I do a little bit of a curve in there so that this part here is going to be sitting out in the jaws of the chuck rather than it rocking around on the middle part. So it's nice and flat for this to sit in there now. Whoop. And then all we're going to do is the same thing again, so we're going to put a bit of an chamfer on it. Again up there, just make that nice and flat and out of the way so when it sits in the chuck it's going to be fine. So you can see just a little bit of a chamfer on there, and I haven't got my coat on. Look at that. So now we have the chamfer on there. A bit rough, doesn't really matter. We're not looking at that part. Get the tailstock out of the way. Take this out there. Chuck, turn it around, put it back in. Not only that, this also gets the jaws of the chuck right down in the guts of the chuck, so they've got a good grip on themselves as well inside the slides, and it gets everything down nice and close to the chuck out of the way of your fingers so you don't get knocked. So that's where it wants to sit. Quite happy with that. Now it's a matter of making a cup. Alright, I'll change camera. Okay, so now down into the nitty gritties of it all. And this time not in a wind tunnel, which is really good. Now, we know that the cups are roughly about 75mm long, so I'll just mark on the wood over here around about the 75, just a little bit longer, gives us a bit of play in case there's something not quite right up here, little defects in that. So roughly about that long is how big the cup's going to be, bit for waste and stuff like that. So we know outside diameter here is roughly the same, 77. So we know up here we take this down to about 77, and down here on the base we want it around about 70. So there's a 7mm curve in there. So the best thing to do is take this down to the actual 77, make it flat, and then put the curve in. So that's what we'll do. To do that we need a set of calipers, dividers. Flat ones are dividers, curved ones are calipers. And put that on there down to about 79, 78, somewhere around about that, just so we've got a little bit of space to move afterwards. So that's going to be our setting on the end there, so you can see how much we've got to sort of take off there. So let's take it down. Go along with the roughing gouge, take a bit of meat off, and see how we go. Still got plenty more to go. More milk, go. Very close there. Perfect. Right, so now we bring it all the way down to that level. We've got the protection curtain, can't forget that. Very close there, take a bit more off this. So, still haven't put my coat on, but anyway. 75 is down around about that line there. If we line that up about 76 on there to give us a bit of extra bit, put a line on there, you can see that, you should be able to see that coming through. That should be around about the base of our cup, the very bottom of it, give or take at the moment. So run through the cutting tool. Just to give us something to work to, and then we need to set our calipers down to the 70. Roughly about there. Pop that down. We've got plenty of room to play. Now go to the round nose. this down a little bit. Getting a bit too high on the cutting edge on that. That's better. So I just want to take this inner edge down until we reach the 70. We've still got a fair way to go. That inner edge down a bit there, give me something to work to and give the tool some area. I'm very close there, it's just rocking a little bit on it. $3 mil to go there. Basically it there, the sanding will take the rest of that down. So we'll just form that in. With a nice curvature to the base. Take any rough little ridges out with this thing, which is mainly what it's for. I'd normally do all that with a skew, but I thought I'd just show you a different way you can do it. If you're a bit scared of the skew, which I'm still not the biggest fan of it. So, by rights, it should look something like that. I'm eyeballing it for myself here. Sorry for the camera angle. Looking reasonably okay. And that's pretty much how I measure. Not very accurately, but that's the whole point. There's a lot more dust hanging around today because I haven't got the fans on. Created a bit of havoc with the sound last time, so I thought I would just leave them off and bear with a bit of dust. Okay, let's have a quick look at what we've got there, make sure there's nothing majorly defective in it. Oh, we've got a nice gum line through that one. And through that one, it's got that nice shape in it. Hopefully we'll get that nice gum line inside as we did with the with one of the other ones here. So this one here, which you didn't see get made, is actually made from the same piece of wood. As you can see, if I get the gum lines around the right way, there's one gum line there, one gum line there. But inside it gives this nice little feature inside. So hopefully that'll all light up once we get the resin on there. So, that's turning the outside. Now, if we flip this around like that, we're going to be doing the hollowing of this side. So now the hollowing is normally done with the Forstner bit, which you saw before. These awesome looking drill bits. Straight in, hollow it out a little bit, makes it a lot easier to get in there. A little bit easier on your tools and stuff like that, on the operator. But to do it properly, well, not properly so much, but more of a the old school way of doing it. Hopefully it's still got some sharpness. Now this tool's already just done 2 cups, so it's got a little bit of bluntness to it. So let's take that little bit there off. See how we go with this. part of the tool rest there. Probably heard that little brrr. That was a grab on the edge there. So I'll just reset this back in the chuck again. Joys of having the tannin set like that. Down to get a bit too high there. A few grabs. And they're a bit deep in there. I might try and see if I can change this camera angle. Give me a second. Alright, a bit better. So the reason that's grabbing is I'm not rolling over fast enough to keep the blade down. You want to try and keep your cutting edge, whatever's touching the wood, as close to this tool rest as you can. So when I'm coming around here, I'm a bit too high and it's doing that grab and doing that to me. A little bit of lack of concentration there. I've been setting these down to around about 60, 65. That's what I did with my little measuring stick. Here it is in the tool. So just check that, we're down to about 55 there. lucky I checked that because it's a 50, 57, so we're almost there. That's almost the depth we need to be at. I thought it might be. So now I'm just going to widen the base up down the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that, you probably can't too well, but it's a little narrow just down here. So I'm going to widen it up a little bit and then just make this wall a little bit thinner. So these cups are quite thick on the base down the bottom here, because they're made for the espresso. Whoa, that was a good one. Feeling pretty good, a little bit bigger at the base. Try and do a complete smooth tool run down there to make it all smoothed off. The smoother you can get it off the tool, the better, because it's less sanding. So that's looking pretty nice. We do have that gum line feature. You can probably pick it up on your side there. It's just coming down through there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway. So we're set to the right depth. Yep, got a nice cup sitting there. Right, so the next part is to put some markings on it. So you might give it a quick sand. I didn't want to do sanding on this video, but I'll give it a quick sand. Holding it the wrong way, see what happens. Safety first, people. Concentration, safety first. This is just taking all the high edges off, doing a bit of the old 120 5/4 paper. Round that up, nice thick edge on it. Right. So I'll bring this other cup over just for a measure. I'm not actually touching the cup, I'm touching this base part here. So around about there. Around about there and there. That looks quite nice. As I've shown in the other one, we go for the pointy nose. In the other video, I should say. A bit of that lighting up there for myself so I can see what I'm doing. Right, so we just go nice groove. Nice groove. Nice groove. Right. So we know what we're going to do with the groove. We're using the old bit of bendy wire into the groove. It's the groove thing. Whoop, slipped out of the groove. Don't want to do that. And here it comes. Whoa, you should smell that. You think being Jarrah being burnt, it'd smell horrible? Nope. Being burnt this way is unbelievably smells awesome. So you have to sit straight in the middle of the smoke, nothing, no drama at all. Look at that, nice good. Last one. I just take it down to the thickness of the wire. The actual wire, I don't know if you can see from that angle, actually disappears down into the wood until it disappears and goes flush. And I take it out. That's burnt. Yeah, without the fans on, the whole workshop fills up with smoke. Alright. So after that, we're going to give it a nice sand down. And then if you're going to put a finish on it that you could rub onto, you just rub it on here. Rub, rub, rub. But I do the resin, which I like to do at the resining table, so this will be coming off the lathe to get that done, and I leave it on the tannin just in case I need to do some adjustments or some trivial force with the actual resin to get it out on the edges here sometimes. And I wasn't going to do any sanding on this video, so it's quite boring for you guys, but while I'm talking here I can just quickly do that. So basically, from here, if you were going to do it, you put your finish on, and then you run through your parting tool straight through there and take it off. And that there is start to finish of actually turning one of these small barrel cups. Bigger ones take longer because there's a lot more inside hollowing. You're going down 13 mil inside, 13 centimeters inside, whereas this is only 6.5. So yeah, that there is pretty much how we make a barrel cup. And hopefully you sat through the whole 27 minutes of that, because now I'm rubbing on to make it 28. I'll see you next time.